We're gonna skip it so we don't
Alice
get
has
fucked
been
up by the music here.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her.
You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
Episode 3, Ransom.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI.
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
Yeah, lucky. That sound.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
The one by with the lights.
Anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Let's see if there's any manuscripts around here, but I don't think so. Just waiting there.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Oh, she ain't right.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Barry!
He's been drugged, and so have I.
Wha-
coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
Oh no.
I felt nauseous.
Oh my God.
hungover. Only anger kept me going. Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road. Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
You're right.
Very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more.
So,
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get... Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
Oh, quite a few pages.
Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest!
Hemingway?
You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Spillane!
Jesus Christ.
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
Jesus Christ, Nightingale. You just unloaded on me.
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
They got a helicopter? How y'all afford that?
Stop running! Freeze! Keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Oh, damn.
Jesus Christ, stop shooting at me.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the rider on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Cool. You know, a little bit more backstory on what's happening here. This darkness is and where it came from. Oh, that part. Fucked up. Got a manuscript down there? Yes, it is.
Rose didn't know how the strange old lady got in her trailer, and she looked wrong somehow. The woman showed her teeth in an approximation of a smile and traced a finger down Rose's cheek. "Pretty girl," she said. Rose felt as if she was falling asleep, but her knees didn't buckle. The crone spoke in a whisper, her words ice cold and dark in Rose's ear.
Oof. Being controlled by the darkness. Dark presence, I believe they called it.
Come in, Agent Nightingale. This is Sheriff Breaker. Over. Nightingale, over. What on earth is going on? My deputies tell me you fired at Wade, and he didn't have a gun. You almost hit a civilian instead.
Search the area.
Yeah, cop car got all the way up here.
Agent Nightingale, I've lost contact with most of the men you assigned to me. It's Wake's doing.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me.
What do you mean it's
Cops
Wake's
didn't
doing?
stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Oh my god, the crows just took out the helicopter. By the gas station. Well, cops lost a chopper.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what are you... Come on!
Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Docky to take a look.
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
You better get them here quickly. He's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh yeah, I bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine. Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
The fact that I don't have a flashlight or a gun is really upsetting me. Oops. Hey.
The old generator conked out. I'd have to see if I could fix it and try again.
Some bitch. Alright, got a flashlight. Yeah, gun now. What was that?
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Perfect. Oh no, they're deputies.
And here's another call. You're on KBFFM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know.
Oh. Oh baby, what was that? Oof. I dodged the axe. I did not. thank God. You see a manuscript over here? Nope, never mind. Just a piece of paper.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Oh, hello, Lorna. What do you have for us? Well, well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna. Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in.
Oh no.
I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Judas Priest!
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Oh my God, we're on the run again. No car for us.
I
You keep calling me author's name. Just call me Alan Wake, you dickhead.
Book, The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you? Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
Nightingale's a little bit stupid, isn't he?
The cops and find my own way to the mine.
I think the feds are in Bright Falls the next game, right? Investigating Nightingale's disappearance. Oh, thank God, a gun. Yeah, like I was saying, like feds are in Bright Falls looking for Nightingale. That's what we heard in the trailer, right? But doesn't the game take place years after? Didn't this game come out in 2010? So it must be taking place in 2023, right? Why would they just be coming to Bright Falls just now to investigate Nightingale's disappearance? Or maybe it was like a cold case and they're coming back searching for him? They probably originally came to Bright Falls searching for him. But also the Federal Bureau of Control would have put a shutdown on Bright Falls after these events, right? I think that's what they mentioned in Control, at least.
Danny had stepped out, but what stumbled back in was something else. Something alien. A monster. Walter tried to kill it, first with his fists, then a chair. It wouldn't die. Instead, it kept coming, unaffected by the beating it had taken. After Walter managed to kick it down the cellar stairs, fear took over. He ran, got behind the wheel, gunned the engine. The booze wouldn't make him forget, but he knew he had to try.
Walter fights Danny. Where am I? Is this not the right way? Here's a radio tower. All right. I hate crows. Let me just be the worst enemy in the game. Alright, they're gone. So going up there was just for manuscript? Oh shit! I got 2 shots left.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
The darkness controls the Tinkin. Got the shotgun. Oh fuck. Oh, that's fun. Almost to the light.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan. Alan. I'm so afraid. He keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me. The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
Okay. There's a shack up here. Oh, flare gun. Oh, come on, pressed it. I think I pressed the left bumper a little bit too late every time. I think I'm like doing it right at the proper time, but it does not work out.
I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Follow. And the breathing is so unnerving, you know? So weird.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Oh my god.
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me. As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Got a heavy-duty light flashlight. Oh my god. Oh no. Come on, I pressed it. And not to pick up any more batteries.
We take the facts of our existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering up.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
Cosmos of madness and horror.
Oh no, move. Where are you going? Oh, there we go. There's a car up ahead. Make sure to grab everything before we leave. Build up. Anything here before I can go? Look like it.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now.